0.04% of the companies even hit 10 million in revenue. 0.04. This is based on VentureBeat and all the data and McKinsey study and all that stuff. So starting a business is hard. We all can look at that. Building a business is hard. Getting to 1 million, 5 million is hard. But then you actually enter into what we call the valley of death. At 10 million to 20 million or 25 million, you actually go down when it comes to all the different things that work. So your revenue is growing, but your churn is probably not, is killing your business. You have your marketing and sales, you're hiring all these people and doing this, but somehow the economics are not making sense. So almost 0.04% of the companies make it. That's it. As you're thinking about your brand and professional brand, as well as your company brand, you're launching this new thing, you're getting out in the marketplace. Where would you focus majority of your content? Almost 80% of the content. Would you focus on problem that you're trying to solve? Like really focus on the problem? You're using specific examples of the problem that exists? Or would you talk about the product that you're talking about, where you have certain features that are really amazing features that you can't wait to tell anybody? But would you talk about those features out there, like, hey, we got the solution to a problem, like go out with that? Or number three, which is talk about customers and say, even though you may not have as many customers, in some cases you may do, and you say, well, here's how these customers are winning right now because they're using our product. You would problem or product or customer, where would you spend most of your time?
You have to go with customer. If you don't go with customer, you're not doing buyer centricity. You're talking about yourself. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your stupid product. They care about how you add value. So if you can't describe in your personal brand how you add value, it's kind of like a bank account, right? If you don't put money, add excess and value to your buyer, you're going to go bankrupt. All right. And so what's important is if you don't deposit value from a buyer standpoint on a regular basis, you're actually pulling money out of an account that you don't have. So I'm 100% buyer centric. And then you can start getting into things like, the ability to talk about their problems and their issues and value based. If you go with problem as the number one topic, you probably coming off a little bit negative and just focusing on that. You come off with features, you're getting into product and nobody really cares. But if you go buyer centric, know who you're talking to, stay customer centric, you're going to have a much better, much higher level conversation.
There is no such thing as category of one. So a lot of companies go out and talk about themselves and saying, oh, I don't have any competitors. Well, that's a problem. That's a big problem if you don't. If you have competitors, it's a good thing. Now you have a category to play in. Now you can have a different level of idea for how you go about it. But there is no such thing as category of one. So if you are in a go-to-market, you're creating a category, you need to bring the competitors in. And I literally turned companies into competitors, because I needed more people to talk about this problem. I believe RevOps is going to be the number 2 role to the CEO in the years to come. And the reason I say that is because until this point, the RevOps is still a much newer concept. In our own company at Terminus, I'll give you an example. Natalie Lee, who runs RevOps, I've seen this firsthand in a year and a half as we are, went from 1 million to 5 to 15 to 50. As a company, I've seen the evolution of analytics. And what's interesting is, until this point, marketing, sales, CS had this conversation that happened in every company. Who moved my cheese? Who got my number? Where did that go? I updated in that spreadsheet, but I don't see it. Well, where's the weighted pipeline of this XY? I mean, it is a mind-numbing exercise and conversation, because everything always has been in silos and everybody's trying to just show what it is. And another way is, the worst question that has been ever asked from a CEO to CROs and CMOs is, hey, if I give you $1 more, where would you put it? That's the worst possible question, because, well, if I'm a sales guy, I'm going to find a sales thing to do. I'm a marketer, I'm going to run more. Like so the question is well-intended, but to the wrong audience.
I'm describing a valley of death when we're talking about people not finding their lane of genius.
And all my CRO friends are saying, this is just insane. You have all this stuff that's all over the place, and they all have these like spreadsheets, these tools.
I've helped 40,000 customers. Why am I important is down here. You don't start at the bottom of the pyramid and say what your company does and what the features are. You start at the top of the pyramid. Who you are matters.